Okay, there we go. We actually have sound now. Camera's a little crooked. It's fine. Hello. So this video, hello, Tom, this is for you, being a $50 patron for the month of March, and well, actually, I believe it was February, and you didn't send me your questions until the end of March. And I apologize that it took me so long to get to making this video for you, simply because I kind of tried to do all the March perk stuff within the first half to 3 weeks, and then that last week when you sent me the questions, I was like, oh man, I'm kind of slammed right now between Bloodborne and other stuff going on. So I apologize that I actually wasn't able to make this video for you right away. Also, I don't know how the video looks. Right now I'm using my webcam and my microphone for audio, so I'm hoping the video looks good for you. Usually I don't take the webcam, you know, when I do like Hate Live and stuff, I squish it. I make it smaller so it artificially looks better. So I don't know how it looks full screen. Hopefully it looks good enough, you know, for you for this private video. So first of all, I want to say thank you, because it's been a huge change for me to ask for help in the year of 2015. As you know, I don't know how long time of a fan you've been. You did say for many, many years you've been watching my content, you know, as far back as, you know, 2009, right? After getting out of the Air Force, which is awesome. So you've been with me for a long time, and you know that I've never asked for help. I've never been the kind of person who kind of said, oh, I need help, or, you know, it's always, I'm going to do it all on my own. You know, I'm going to earn everything by myself. And quite honestly, I think that might have actually set me back, because when a lot of other people were looking for cross-collaboration, they were asking for fans for input and support, I was just I'm just going to keep plugging along and making videos. So this year's a big change for me with Patreon, and let me tell you, the first 2 months were huge, that I reached my goals, and the fact that I was able to successfully you know, hit those goals. Look, I'm using this microphone as a direct result of patrons, which is freaking awesome. And I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful that, you know, you went out of your way to donate so much money the way that you did. And that's why I'm obviously making this video for you. So I hope that you understand that this has been great. I really feel this year's been a turnaround already. Positivity, I'm getting actually new subs, new people following me on Twitter. It seems like there's positivity all around my stuff again, which is great. That's what I wanted. I didn't want it to always be this kind of, oh, he's negative because he's moving, and then he's negative because views are down, and blah, blah, blah. Things are starting to turn around a little bit, and I'm happy about that. So thank you for your support. To your specific questions, let's get into them here, because you did have quite a few. Your first question, you say, when you started your channel, YouTube wasn't as big as it was today. Do you think that that was an advantage? Reason being, now there are game channels up all over the place, so the competition for views is harder. I mean, absolutely. When I started on YouTube, and I've said this before, I really was looking for someone on YouTube who was doing gameplay but kind of commentating over it and explaining what was going on and stuff like that. I couldn't find it. I remember the one video that really urged me to start on YouTube was I was playing this video game, Lost Odyssey, which is an RPG for the Xbox 360 that I have, and I may play it one day for a playthrough. And there was a really difficult fight in it, and I was like, man, I could really use some strategies on how to do this, because I saw written strategies, but they were like, oh, there's several phases of the fight, and you need to do this during this phase. I was like, I just want to see someone do it, so I understand the timing and everything, and someone explain, oh, now is the time that you do this, and now, you know, instead of reading a fact. And I couldn't find it. On YouTube, there were 3 or 4 people who had played this game. One person in particular did a full playthrough, no commentary. So I was like, I don't understand what he's doing, what are the strategies, what's the timing? And I was like, man, it would be really good if someone would just play a game from start to finish and commentate, so that there would be, you know, full explanation of everything that's going on, but also to get some entertainment factor out of it, to hear their reactions. And then, you know, eventually, as you know, I just started doing it on a whim later that year in 2008, and the rest is history. But absolutely, I would say that one of the major reasons that my stuff caught on is because I was one of the few people who just didn't give a fuck. It wasn't like, oh, I'm doing super hyper professional playthrough with, you know, super edited speed run perfectionist. No, I was, you know, the Joe average gamer playing a game with commentary that was funny from start to finish, and people were like, this is different. We're not expecting this. By the way, you may hear hammering. That is the people working on my roof. They just got back from lunch break, so I apologize for that. But yeah, you know, it was a different atmosphere. Today, since, you know, I'd say since 2011, when all YouTube gaming channels started becoming partnered, and then all of a sudden all these companies realized it's big business, we can make money off of gaming videos, the whole climate's changed. It's not about the individual anymore. It's all about super high production, you know, teams of people doing it, almost trying to make it look like you're on TV, right? Super hyper edited content. So, oh, just insert a scripted joke here and there, and it's not natural, and it's not, in my opinion, it's not good. You know, the reason that I took off on YouTube in 2008, 2009, all the way through 2010 was because I was genuine. I was a genuine guy playing games for the first time. I wasn't great at them. I sucked at a lot of them. But it was funny and entertaining to see a Joe Average guy play the games and give that original commentary. Now, that doesn't even seem to be what people want anymore because, again, with the way that this mob mentality of the internet, the way it works is if it's popular, so just watch it. Not why is it popular? Is it actually good? No, it's does it have 1 million views? Well, if 1 million people watched it, I'll watch it too. And that's sad because I think that the people who really cared about it, the people who were up and coming, you know, back then who cared about them, they've been lost. Now you got this, again, the super, either there's a gimmick where you act like a girl on a camera during a horror game, or, you know, oh, I'm going to do a skit for 20 minutes where I dress up in costumes and shit. It's like, what does that have to do with the game? What does it have to do with anything? Nothing. It's all just gimmicky shit for the masses to see a little thing, laugh, ha ha ha, and you get 1 million views rather than caring about the game and the genuineness of the gameplay and stuff like that. I really feel that if I had not started back then, right? If I tried to start today on YouTube, I would not have been successful. But on the flip side of that, I will stand by this, and a lot of people say, oh, I have a big ego or whatever. I was one of the people, probably a dozen people during that era when gaming was becoming huge on YouTube that did this and kind of originated it and became popular for it. I wasn't the first Let's Player, but I was one of the first people to become very popular for Let's Playing, even though I didn't call it that. And, a lot of the things that people are doing today are a result of me becoming popular back then. If I hadn't done what I did and did it outside the box differently, these people that are now popular would never have become popular because gaming videos like that wouldn't have become popular. Of course, they'll never admit that. Oh my god, I watched Dark Side Phil. They would never say that. But it's hilarious when you go to someone like PewDiePie and you see that before he ever uploaded a video to YouTube, he watched all my videos, he favorited them all, and he's even admitted from here and there to knowing me. In fact, during his Heavy Rain playthrough, he said the characters looked like me, and the only reason he played Heavy Rain was because he liked my playthrough of it. So there you have it. But that's it. That was it. And then, now it's all become ultra commercial, ultra high, you know, high production value, and that's the problem. There's no authenticity to it anymore. It's watch a couple of kids joke around with scripted comments and shit in a highly edited video instead of actual gameplay and what is this game about. People don't care about that anymore, and that's a shame. And I should flip that. Not that people don't care about it. There's a small group of people who care about it. Those are the people who watch my content, and everyone else just goes for the stupid cheap laugh at everyone else's gimmicky shit. Alright, next question. You say, how do you tag your videos? And when do you tag them the same way for every series? It's funny because when I first started on YouTube, the rule of thumb was tag the fuck out of your video. Put as many tags as you can on your video, every single thing that could be related to it. So I would put, you know, Super Mario Brothers, Nintendo console, Wii U, video game playthrough, walkthrough, let's play, commentary, comedy, fact, how-to, part, you know, even going further than that, there was things going on in the Yoshi, level 2, blah, 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 blah. But the thing is, now YouTube has instituted a few things. Number one, there's a tag limit, so you can't do that anymore. You have to actually limit the amount of tags you put on your videos because after a certain amount, it says you've exceeded the limit and it won't save your settings. Number two, YouTube now cracks down on tags that are deceptive. So if you put Super Mario Brothers playthrough, giant naked tits and sex and stuff like that in the tags, it doesn't work. You'll actually get in trouble for it. And I didn't do that, by the way. I didn't do deceptive tags. A lot of people did at one point, but I don't do that. But now what I try to do, I have like a set, maybe 20 words that I put into everything. Like I said, like playthrough, walkthrough, let's play, commentary, comedy, video game, gaming, stuff like that is like the 10 or 12 quintessential words that I'll use. And then I'll put the name of the game, I'll put any of the characters involved, I'll put the style of video. So for example, for gaming, you know, you would put, you know, Nintendo console, Wii U, whatever the console is. If it's a vlog, I don't put any of that let's play stuff. I just put like vlog, vlogging, the week in preview, gaming schedule, update, video game, games, that kind of stuff, general terms to help match it. I'm going to be honest with you though. I don't think tags do diddly dick anymore. And the reason that I don't think that is because I actually found this out this past week. A fan of mine was saying, Phil, I'm searching for your Mortal Kombat multiplayer videos on YouTube, and I'm typing in, you know, DSP Gaming, Mortal Kombat multiplayer, and nothing comes up. I said, really? Okay, but then he typed in Mortal Kombat MP, and it came up because the title of my video said MKX MP match instead of multiplayer match. Yeah, in the tags it said multiplayer. All of that was in there. The tags don't work. So I don't think the tags are very effective. I think what YouTube did is they have tags, but they've kind of changed their algorithms. That's all about the title. So the best title you could possibly put. So you got to have the most descriptive possible fucking title, or else it's not going to work. Now in a game like MKX, it's not a big deal because everyone calls it MKX. But imagine if you were like Super Mario Brothers. You put SMB, chances are it might not come up in a search. Versus Super Mario Brothers, that might actually help out. Okay, next question here. You're asking, what did I change when I transitioned to taking on YouTube as a full-time job? Did I change how I titled videos or tagged them differently? No. I didn't. I just kept going because the thing was, I had been successful before I even made $1. And then when I partnered with Machinima in 2011, I said, why would I change the formula? My videos are obviously getting to the core audience that want to see them. I'm getting the views, so I'm just going to keep going. So I kind of went with that same formula that I always had. I didn't change anything at that point. Was it a difficult process to partner with Machinima? There are other partners for gaming. How did you sell on Machinima? When I partnered with Machinima in 2011, things were very different than they are now. Let me tell you, since then, like I said, when everyone said, oh shit, we can make money on gaming videos, all these companies got involved, and now you can get partnerships with 500 different studios that are all doing it, right? Studios is a loose term because they're all just companies working out of a fucking office or something. For me, quite honestly, it was a very different experience. I had, in the year of 2010, had some beef with Machinima because their gaming news, I think it was Inside Gaming or whatever, had used clips of my stuff. They had actually gone onto there was a dashboard update for the Xbox, and I had done a walkthrough of the dashboard update. It was a big one when they first had updated the Xbox 360 dashboard with better avatars and stuff. They took video footage that said Darkside Phil has my avatar and everything in it and put it in their show. And I tweeted, I was like, I'm not really going to contact them or sue them, but that's kind of just irresponsible of them to take my content and use it against, without even my permission, just whatever, they could do whatever they want. It's kind of ridiculous. So they actually did, later on, put, like, in the description of the video, a public thing saying, we took this from Darkside Phil, it is his content, we're sorry for not asking, or something like that. But at the time, Hutch, who was a big guy at Machinima, he was like one of the biggest people known for working at Machinima. He had been a kind of a Cinderella story where he had just made like FPS videos at his small place, and then Machinima noticed him, partnered him, he made tons of money, and then they said, why don't you move to California and work for us? And he does. He did that full time. He had taken issue that I had called Machinima out. So he called me out in a video, I called him out in a video, we went back and forth for a little bit, and by the end of the year we had squashed it and said, whatever, it's just a misunderstanding, no one really cares. So then in early 2011, when I got kicked out of Blip TV, I actually emailed him because I had talked with him a few times about stuff, and I said, dude, I don't know what I'm supposed to do because I'm trying to make a living doing this like everyone else wants to do, but no one seems to be able to in 2011. And, YouTube kicked me out of their partnership program for bullshit reasons. Now I'm kicked off of Blip TV. And he basically said, let me talk to my department. He did. He talked to his partnership department. They saw my content. They saw the views it was bringing in. And they said, screw it. We're going to take this guy on and we're going to, give him a shot. And the rest is kind of history. I've been with them since then. I have a good standing relationship with them. They've stuck up for me in many different cases, and, I haven't had any reason really to leave them, even with the contract negotiation I had at the end of 2012. Since then, things have been great. So it's been swimmingly. It's gone along swimmingly. So was it difficult to partner with Machinima? No, but at the same time, I had a very unique situation, and the fact that I had kind of a different way of doing it. It wasn't like I applied on a form and I had to wait, no, it was just like, he directed me to the department, wow, you have great content, let's partner you right now, and they basically did. So, today it's different, and today you gotta be careful, because every company's different. The contract I have with Machinima, that I've had since 2011, is very different from the contracts that you get now. Now they all partner you in, oh, you get a certain percentage of the ad revenue that we make on your videos. Ad revenue is shit. I'll tell you right now, I generally end up making more money than Machinima makes on me. And I know that doesn't sound right, and I can't really give you the specifics of my contract. Typically, I make more money than what Machinima makes on ads. And it fluctuates. There's some months where they make a lot of money on ads, and some they make almost none. But that's the difference. My income is based off of views, while theirs is based off of ad revenue that can fluctuate like this. I would much rather have it based on views and my performance than ad revenue. This is what everyone else on YouTube is doing, ad revenue fluctuations. So that's the problem, is some people don't know what they're going to be making from month to month. How do you pay your bills when you don't know what you're going to make next month, right? So I'm the exception. Almost no companies give that contract out anymore, and I'm kind of the legacy of having that contract for 4 years. I'm very happy and very lucky to still have that contract. So be very careful. If it sounds to me like you're thinking about getting partnered or fishing around, you got to look into what they're going to give you. Is there a certain percentage? You know, at what point does certain things hit in? Some people for live streaming, they charge you a certain, or they give you a certain amount. It's all very complicated, but at this point, I'm happy with what I have, but I'm the exception. It's a very different climate right now, okay? You say, have I ever done networking using the different communities on Google+? How did I grow my channel? Never did any networking, period. And that's kind of, again, the exception to the rule. I was such an anomaly versus the way that all these big people now, right? Oh, well, they jumped on Twitter and social media, and they had Google Plus communities, and they have all these people who are collaborating with them, and they're promoting each other and all that. Zip, nothing. I was the guy who hit the fire when it was hot. Gaming was becoming mainstream and huge. YouTube was becoming huge. I was doing something different. It was the perfect formula for success. And so I never really did any collaborations. You saw the only collaborations I've ever done were like friends of mine, like John Rambo doing co-op. It wasn't like I branched out to some other YouTuber or anything like that. And I've always said this, I've always felt myself as like I'm on an island. There's all these other people around me doing whatever the fuck they do, and I'm kind of oblivious to it. I'm on an island doing my own thing, and I'm successful doing it. So why would I care about what everyone else is doing when I'm successful doing what I'm doing? Now, to some extent, I've had to change. This year, you know, doing things a little bit differently with montages, with improving my equipment, with Patreon. I did have to kind of learn to listen to outside people for one of the very first times ever since I started, because let's face it, I had a big drop-off last year when I moved to this state of Washington. For whatever reason, people said, oh, Phil has a big house now, I'm not going to watch him anymore, I'm jealous, or whatever. I don't know what it was, because there was no definitive thing that said, well, Phil fucked up right here, that's what he did wrong, so goodbye. I think it was a combination, a perfect storm of YouTube changed their search algorithms in 2012. It really hit me in 2013 that my videos almost never show up in the search anymore. And then, of course, the negative shit about me, all the negative videos on YouTube about me, those were getting the views because YouTube search is based off of the length of a video. So figure this one out. If I play a game, right, but my videos are 15 minutes long, someone who makes a this is how you don't play video about that playthrough that's 3 hours long shows up in the search. If you type in Darkside Phil Bloodborne, you will get this is how you don't play Bloodborne before you get my actual playthrough of Bloodborne, because YouTube changed their search algorithms, because they know what they're doing, right? So it's a perfect storm of kind of what affected me, and because I didn't have cross-promotion, I didn't have any of that to rely on, it was just like, and I had to kind of this year change my formula up a little bit, but I'm liking it, and I'm feeling positive, and I hope that you're liking the new style and new content, too, that I'm doing. Alright, next question. You say you upload videos at a higher volume than just about any other YouTuber that does gaming videos, including the Rad Brad or Angry Joe. Is that something that you keep track of or not really? Angry Joe has a lot more subs than you, but you have a lot more total views, and that's impressive. Again, I'm different than everyone else. I don't want to say I originated Let's Plays, but the way that I did Let's Plays from 2008 to 2012 kind of became a popular way to do it, but then people changed up the formula when YouTube changed. So when I started back in 2008, I couldn't even make a video longer than 10 minutes. It wasn't allowed. It was actually disallowed to do that, so I couldn't do a half an hour gameplay video, an hour gameplay video. You couldn't do them, okay? So my formula became, I will do a full playthrough, 10-minute snippets from start to finish. And that became a ton of videos, especially when I was playing games, you know, starting full-time in late 2010, early 2011. If I'm playing a game full-time, I play 8 hours a day, and I uploaded all that footage, you're talking 40, 50 videos a day, and I did. I used to upload that many videos in a freaking day. So now, you know, you look at other YouTubers, right? They don't do that anymore, because when YouTube's algorithm changed, which I didn't know when it changed, they said, oh, we have to make long gameplay videos so things show up in search. So they did. They started making longer videos, and all of a sudden, all their shit showed up in search. And it's funny, because I have videos that have millions of views. Like my Spider-Web of Shadows, my Resident Evil 5 DLC videos, those had millions of views because they always showed up in YouTube search. If you typed in Spider-Man Web of Shadows, or if you typed in Resident Evil 5, whatever it was called, the one that was the DLC where you're in the mansion from Resident Evil 1, I would come up first because I had millions of views. Now you type it in, you get someone who did a 2-hour run-through of each one because of the way that they changed it. So all my stuff went poof, and everyone else's stuff went boop. So now you compare someone like Angry Joe, he doesn't do gameplay videos like me. He'll do longer videos, but the reason he has less views than me is because he doesn't work as hard as me. Oh, I should take that back. He doesn't upload as much as me. I have no idea how much production work and stuff goes into his video review where he dances around in a costume for 15 minutes. And I don't really care because I don't care about other people's content. If that's what's popular for him, great. It's obviously working if he has, 2 million subs on YouTube. He doesn't have as many videos as me because he hasn't been doing as much work as me when it comes to gameplay. He hasn't played it in nearly as many games as me. He doesn't do as many reviews as me. He doesn't do as much work as me. He may do more polished work that takes longer, but I have always created more content than him. So, of course, I'm going to have more views than him overall. Of course, now the trade-off is, unfortunately, the past 2 years, I've had such a decline in views. I'm only getting, 3 million views a month now, something like that. So, eventually, he's going to overtake me because of just the sheer amount of subs. Even if he uploads 2 videos a week, each video gets, 500,000 to a million views. It's going to top what I'm doing. Brad, I have no idea, but if any of these big YouTube Let's Players, what they've done, they got such a huge sub base now that they can upload 1 video, 2 videos a day, and each one gets so many views that they don't have to worry about uploading tons of content. In fact, there's YouTubers that are still playing The Order. There's YouTubers that are playing Dying Light. It's like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't even remember those games anymore. Those were 2-3 months ago to me. Those are things I beat in a couple days. These people are still playing them because they only upload 1 to 2 videos a day. And I guess to some extent, people think it works. They believe that this is now the new YouTube formula for success, even though I disagree with it. I would much rather see a game that's new within the first week that it's released. I don't want to see it 4 months later, but most people are saying, well, I don't have the time to watch the whole game in a week, so I'll just watch a snippet here, a snippet there, and I'll watch it over, of course, a certain amount of months. Again, the whole climate of YouTube has changed. I made my name as being the Joe Average guy with fun, free commentary, not a speed run of a game, not a perfect run. You know, it was a genuine playthrough of a game, his genuine experiences, and he would beat the game relatively quickly, and he would play the new games on launch. I guess that's not what the mainstream wants anymore, even though that's what the mainstream did want. Now they want completely different. I'll watch this guy play a video game with editing, right? Cutting out all the boring parts, so you have no idea what that true representation of the game is because he cut out all the boring parts, right? Scripted commentary, not really a genuine playthrough. Uploads it in hour-long segments, one a day, or one every couple days for 2-3 months, so the playthrough takes forever to end. And, so they upload way less than me. But because they had 2 million subs, they get 500,000 views on every video. It's like, I don't get that. Just because something is popular doesn't mean it's good. But, again, I don't watch videos, so I couldn't tell you. Is Brad's video formula and his content better than mine? I don't know. I don't watch it. All I know is my fans tell me my stuff's the best, and that's what I have to focus on, right? So, I don't keep track of it. I don't know. I don't really know too much about other YouTubers and what they do, but all I know is I do my formula. I like it. I want to play games at launch. That's how I upload my footage. So many people have said, oh, Phil, just cut down, make 1 hour long videos and only upload 2 videos a day and you'll be fine. And I'll say, okay, so here's what'll happen. I'll make an hour long video. I'll upload 2 a day. Each one will get 2,000 views. I'll make $10 that day. I'll go out of business in a week. Because I'm not a fucking idiot, Just because a formula worked for someone doesn't mean it works for everyone, and my formula's always been different, so I know it's not going to work for me. Alright, you say, lastly, you were born in Tacoma, Washington, and you lived in Gig Harbor up until you joined the Air Force at age 20. How do you like living in my home state so far? That's an interesting question. I guess I would say some things are great, and some things not so great, just like everywhere. I love the fact that out here, I'm paying way fucking less for this home, for taxes, everything. Almost everything is less expensive here than it was where I lived in Connecticut. To get a house like this in Connecticut, I would have had to pay about double. And in fact, the taxes I'm paying on this house, which is I think it is triple the size of the place that I had in Connecticut, I'm paying more taxes currently on my condo in Connecticut than I'm paying for this house here. It's out of control. It makes no fucking sense, right? But that's how weird the United States is. Depending on where you live, prices are different. I'm liking the variety of stuff out here. There's a lot of stuff nearby, fast food, that I can use for DSP Tries It, but also other ethnic restaurants like Mexican food, Mediterranean and Greek-style food, that kind of stuff we didn't have on the East Coast. The East Coast, it was Italian, and American, and that was pretty much it where I lived. So having Italian my whole life, and now being here, it's a big difference. But the other thing is, now I don't have Italian. I've had pizza here. I've gone to supposedly Italian restaurants. it's not real Italian. This is Americanized Italian. It doesn't taste like Italian food. It doesn't have the same ingredients. It's a lot different. So that's why I'm glad that I learned how to make my Italian sauce pretty efficiently, so now I can at least have a flavor of back where I came from, you know, on a regular basis. A lot more laid back out here, I'll tell you that. And the East Coast, things are hectic, hustle, bustle. People will cut you off in the middle of the fucking street, flip you off. They don't give a shit. The East Coast is kind of like a mean-spirited place. Here, it's more like people are more relaxed. They're more laid back. Things are a little bit slower moving. And it's a little bit more relaxing and a lot less stress, I'd say, out here than there was back on the East Coast. Really, honestly. And not to say that we don't have our share of assholes. There's been people trying to break into houses here and stuff. You're always going to have that element, but at least, like I say, I feel a hell of a lot safer here than I did back on the East Coast. For 100%, I tell you, man, it's so different. A different mentality, almost a different cultural way of life view living here on the West Coast. I'll say that the air is much cleaner. That's a hell for sure. On the East Coast, it's very almost smog-like in a lot of places. A lot of days you go outside, you're like, ugh. And that is one cool thing. There's almost no humidity here. There was 1 week we had last year where there was humidity, but outside of that, the humidity always annoyed me. If you go outside and you can't breathe because the air is so hot and humid, I hate that. Here, it's almost never like that. And, you know, we had a kind of a fluke of a heat wave last year. I guess we'll see what happens this year. They're saying maybe the new normal. I don't know. But the weather here, no snow. Holy shit. My parents got buried in fucking snow. Buried. Like, ridiculously this year in snow. So I'm so happy I didn't have to shovel snow. My back is feeling so much better because I don't have to do half the dangerous shit I used to have to do on the East Coast. So things are looking good. I like Washington. I'm definitely in here for the long term, meaning I have no short-term plans on getting out of here. I'm hoping that within the next couple of years, with the support of the fans via Patreon, so again, thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed the video, by the way. With the support of the fans through Patreon, with ongoing support, the fact that my subs are now going up, it seems like the negative tide has turned, and I'm starting to rebuild up a good viewer base again within a couple of years. Hopefully I can sell that place in Connecticut, so that financial burden's off me. I can, you know, all the debts here that I had moving will be paid off, and I can start looking for home improvements. I can look for bigger improvements in my content. I can maybe look, I'll be honest, I want to go on a vacation. I haven't gone on a vacation in over 2 years now, and it's not looking like I'm going to be going on one anytime soon because I'm just kind of stuck here. And a lot of people would say, oh, but you just sit around playing video games all day. Every day's a vacation for you. Okay, fair enough. You know, my job is a hell of a lot easier and a lot more fun than a lot of other people's, but I get stir crazy being stuck every day. Imagine every day all you did was see these 4 walls. You know, that's kind of how my life is right now, except for the one day when I go out with Leanna to do stuff for errands and stuff. But besides that, you know, we don't have any money to spend on anything to do stuff. So I'm hoping that kind of turns around in the next couple of years and I'm able to go out and maybe, I mean, we live so close to places like California, Oregon, Canada now that we actually looked at the plane tickets. It was less than $150 to go to California. We're like, holy shit, round trip, $150. That's a no-brainer. We should definitely do that. And we're looking forward to that. But I have to be responsible. I have to pay off my bills before I fucking start accruing more stuff, so. Alright, Tom, so I hope that you enjoyed your video. That was really long, but at the same time, I tried to answer all of your questions. I hope you liked the video, and again, thank you for your patronage. Thank you for supporting me. I hope that you liked it, and that's about it. Thanks, Tom, very much. I hope that you enjoy the content coming for the rest of the year, and hopefully in the near future, and for however long I keep doing this, because I love it. I'm not going to stop until I absolutely have to. Peace out, Tom. Thanks a lot. See you later.